Look at Wellington shine. This is crazy, and I don't know if I have the guts to do this myself. When I'm working on my book, I'm trying to write it for me. What will I do when I'm looking at retirement? Will I put everything in the S&P 500? No, I won't. Will I put everything in Wellington? Will I put everything in the S&P 500 with 3 years cash? Probably. But I want to show you why. Look at this from the Wellington Fund, dude. And remember, Wellington Fund goes back to, 1929 it was incepted. Anyway, so I asked, not ChatGPT, I asked Claude. So here's what I'll tell you what I asked Claude to do. I said, Claude, do me a favor. What did I say? We're investing $1 million in Wellington since inception. We're taking 8% initial withdrawal rate the first year, but we'll never go below $64,000, and it won't go above $80,000 until the portfolio is above 1.2. Please run every 25-year rolling scenario, not based on calendar years, but monthly. All right, so basically we're taking 8% a year initially, so it's $80,000, and we're going to remain at $80,000 until the portfolio goes above 1.2 million, and then we'll take 8% of whatever the value is. I just let you out, big boy. And then we're going to say when the portfolio goes down, we're going to continue to take 8% a year. So if it goes down to 900,000, instead of taking 80,000 out, we'll take 72,000. But we'll never take anything below 64,000. All right. So essentially, if the portfolio drops by 20%, we're going to keep our income at 64,000. All right, does that make sense? That's a forward guardrail like you've never seen, right? A floor and ceiling. Yeah, I guess it would be, well, it's not even a floor and a ceiling. It's really just a guardrail. So when the portfolio drops below basically 20%, we're never going to take out less than 64,000, 20% initial amount, $1 million, until the portfolio goes up above 20% above the initial million. We're only going to take out 8%, or in this case, $80,000. So we have a very 64,000 downside, 80,000 on the upside, unless the portfolio grows beyond 1.2 million. That seems to make sense, doesn't it? Yeah, of course it does. So smash that like button. Don't be a sucker. But I can't smash the like button, Josh. You haven't washed your hair yet. No, I haven't. I'm having hit the gym here in a second. Gotta work those legs. Leg day. Like that black guy was talking about. Oh my goodness, that video. The guy's like, hey, there's a shooting at, I don't know, Waffle House or something like that. He goes, yeah, I was watching that. I was getting ready to go to the gym. Today's leg day, and I hadn't done legs for. Oh, dude, it's so funny. Anyway, so let's check this out. So we're gonna ask We're gonna ask Claude. And Claude gives us 852 different 25 periods of rolling start dates. Initial withdrawal rate, 8% of portfolio, $80,000. Floor, 64,000. Ceiling, 80,000 unless portfolio goes over 1.2 million. 90.5% of the time do we have money left over. And this is for 25 years. But Josh, 35 years, Rick Edelman says. And, the human genome, what's my man's, I forgot the guy's name from San Francisco. I don't think it's San Francisco, someplace in California. Great guy. But he's like, dude, I'm telling you, human genome. Yeah, he's a good guy. What's his name, Mark? For some reason I got Mark on my head. But he's like, human genome. I just goofed on him. I said, I don't think so, man. We've heard that for years. But, man, I might be wrong. Anyway. You can see our median final portfolio balance was just a little bit less than what we started with, $958,000. Our median total withdrawn was over twice what we started with. Our average, which is interesting, our median average is pretty close, well, because we have 852 retirement scenarios. And then we can see right here, let me show you. I want to show you the median 50 percentile is right there. We already talked about that. The 10 percentile. 10% of the time, we had $65,000 left. All right, so that's 90% of the time you had over $65,000. Okay, again, that's only for 25 years, I grant you, but that seems pretty doable to me. Historical context, 852 years. All right, 52 scenarios, if that makes sense. Our worst starting period is 1930. So that's February 1930. And the funny thing is, I took out the Great Depression, started in 1937, and of course it looks so much more better. But everyone says, oh, you're cherry picking. I'm really not cherry picking, but whatever, I will use it. Our best starting period is in 1975. You would have thought it'd been 1982. It was actually 1975. Isn't that interesting? When we still had high inflation. Top of the morning to you. Polar Bear Seltzer. BOGO's, last day of BOGO's at Publix. You can see success rate by start day. Watch this. Dude, freaking Claude crushes. I just paid $200 a year for Claude. I freaking love it, man. I mean, look, they screw up royally a lot. Royally a lot. In fact, I just posted a video on my Facebook page. My man Jaguar Gator does these videos on NFL and college, and he said how they did an Aaron Rodgers AI for Fox Sports for it was like a 30-second video, and they screwed it up royally. They didn't have the Steelers logo right. They had Aaron Rodgers. It's just the whole thing. I was like, damn, AI, it sucks, dude. It's not going to take your job. I'm just sorry, it's not. At the end of the day, though, in terms of being able to gather data concisely and consolidating is fantastic. But they still screw up a lot, and it makes me very, very nervous. They do. And so I'm like, I have to use Chat GPT, which I don't pay for yet, but I probably should. Grok, which kind of sucks. The Google Gemini, and then Claude. And basically, those are 4 AI programs. And once you get them, you're like, okay, I think we got a pretty good illustration here. Anyway, so check this out. What's this right here? This is success. We already talked about that. What do we do? Oh, success rate by starting date. Right here, you can see. Take out. All right, so right here, portfolio depleted. Look at that. From 1969 on until 1999, essentially, we were successful. We basically had 10% of the time. We were 9.5% of the time we ran out of money. I mean, right there. Look. The bulk is right there and then right in here. It's crazy. So you see, massive years we didn't run out of money. Now, does this indicate that we could be going into one of these years we run out of money a lot? Well, here's the high inflation rates, here's the low inflation rates, and here's the depression. It's just interesting to me. So anyway, let's keep going here, and we'll see. Worst scenario was, we already talked about that starting in 1930. Best scenario is starting in 1975. Check this out. We're going to go over here to final portfolio value. Look at this, dude. And even when you ran out of money, right? Where was I? Want to go right there. Yeah, I mean, it's basically your last year, right there, right there. I mean, so you only had a 9.5% time run out of money, but even when you did run out of money, we did have some consolidations up here, starting in 1996 and 1997, because we went into low inflation, certainly low inflation, but low interest rates and a big bear market to start the odds. I mean, look. So we ran out of money, but it's kind of like people say you're going to have to go to long-term care. You're like, well, really? What's the likelihood I have to go to long-term care for any certain significant amount of time? It's just not high. Well, if we say we ran out of money right here, success rates by start date, well, these times they ran out of money just like the last month. Anyway, I think that's fantastic. So that's again what I'm working on for my book. And Claude, I'll put this link into the show notes, and you can download it for yourself. And if you steal my thunder before I publish my book, I will find you. All right, see. Great Depression, World War II, post-war boom, stagflation, great bull market, dot-com bubble, financial crisis, the pandemic, recent inflation concerns, oldest balanced fund since 1929, 65 stocks, 35% bonds, conservative, low expense ratio, survived every major market crisis. Again, that's no cash, though. That's my concern. I like cash because cash is king. So we're doing the same thing with T-bills and S&P 500 as well. And we'll see. But Wellington shined over 852 times. Only 9% of the time. So whatever 9% of 852 is. Let me see here. Let me get my trusty calculator. I wish it'd show. One second. Let's see. So 852 times minus 9.5% is 7, whatever that is. 80, about 80, 75, 80 times. Did it really suck wind? And even then, the vast majority of time, it only sucked wind at the very end, like the last couple of years, right here. Historical success rate. No, I want that right there. Look at this. I just can't get over this. Is what? Oops. Hey, what happened here? Here we go. Look right here. It's 32,000. That means you had money up until basically the last 5 months of your life. 2,000. 2,000. Get over there. 94,000. Now over here. Look, isn't that interesting? We're sandwiched around that. All right. God bless. Smash that like button. We'll see you.